Dear learner, welcome back once again. We are going to continue where we left the other day, which is our third objective, and that is solve at least one word problem involving linear equations in one variable. But before we do that, we are going to revise what we learned the other day. And some people have the fear when they see that the equation is in fractional form. Hence, I am going to take you through equation in the fractional form as our revision question. So, immediately you see that the question is in fractional form, first thing is to deal away with the fractional form. And that is not done by magic, but it is done by multiplying through by the LCM of the equation. Looking at this question, we have 2, we have 3 here, and if you want to write these 2 in the fractional form, it will be 2 over 1. Therefore, the LCM would be the multiplication of the denominators, and that is 6. So we are going to multiply through by 6. So we have this, multiplied by 6. Others may put it in bracket, minus 2. 2 is one of the terms, so we must multiply it by 6. Then we have 1 over 3y, also another term, so you multiply it by 6. We all know that these two can go into 6 3 times, and therefore 3 multiplying y would give us 3y. Then negative 2 times 6 would give us negative 12. Then the next thing is our equal to. Most students, when they are given equations to solve, they usually forget the equation sign, which is bad. If you are like that, stop it. Then 3 times 6. A 3 goes into 6 2 times, then the 2 will multiply y, and we may get 2y. So now we are not in fractional form again. Now you can go on by grouping like terms. So these 2y here must be at the left hand side of the equation, and then this 12 here must be at the right hand side. And as I usually say, they are not done by magic. So it will be, you want to do away with the constant first, and the constant here is negative 12. What is the additive inverse of negative 12? It is positive 12. So we would add 12 to both sides of the equation, and that would be 3y minus 12, then its additive inverse plus 12 equals 2y also plus 12, because in equation what is done to the left hand side must be done to the right hand side. Therefore, negative 12 and positive 12 would be 0. So it will be left with 3y, then r equal to sign equal to, then 2y plus 12. Now, we want to bring this 2 to the left side of the equation, this 2y, to the left side of the equation. And this can be done because by subtracting 2y, or because the 2y is positive. So we must add its additive inverse. So we are going to add this additive inverse to both sides of the equation. 3y minus 2y equal to 2y plus its additive inverse minus 2y. Then the last one is plus 12. When we subtract 2y from 3y, the answer would be y. Then the whole of this will be 0, 2y minus 2y. Then it will be left with 12. So, for this question, the answer of the question is 12. Y is equal to 12. Now let us look at our first problem under word problem. Hasana and her sisters age sum up to 17 years. If Hasana is 7 years older than her sister, find her sister's age. So going by George Poyer's technique of problem solving, first of all, understand the question. In understanding the question, there are some things you must also do in the planning stage. So, from the question, we can see that the question states Hasana and her sister, meaning the age of Hasana and her sister must sum up to. The word sum up to tells us that when you add that of Hasana and that of her sister's age, it must give you 17. So let's write something like this. Hasana's age plus her sister's age is equal to 17. That is what we have gotten from the first statement. So Hasana's age plus the sister's age is equal to 17. Now, the second sentence says that if Hasana is 7 years older than, so there is a term here, older than. And that tells us that we should add. There is something we should add. Older than means addition. What must we add? 7 years, so plus 7. We must add 7. We must add 7 to what? Let's see the question. If Hasana is 7 years older than her sister, so meaning we must add 7 years to that of her sister's age. Or find her sister's age. So 7 years added to that of her sister's age would give us that of Hassan's age. So here in mathematics, because we don't know the sister's age, we must represent it with a variable. We can get Hassan's age depending on that of the sister's age. That's why we are representing it with a variable. So let Hassan's sister's age be S. Then we can say that Hassan's age is S plus 7 from the question. So S plus 7. And from the first sentence, it says Hassan's age plus her sister's age is 17. So meaning we must add their ages to give us 17. So from here we can get S for Hassan's age, S plus 7 for Hassan's age. Then the addition sign, and then her sister's age. The sister's age is S, so plus S. And they must all give us 17. This is all that I am after. And that is what I expect all of you to know. So from here, if you don't understand, rewind the video, watch it over and over again, then solve for the value of S. And let us do that. You can also pause the video and do it on your own. So we have to open the bracket to get S plus 7 plus S is equal to 17. We have S here, S there. So that would give us 2S plus the 7, then equal to 17. Now, we must subtract 7 from both sides. Thus, we must add the additive inverse of this 7. So that we get 2S equals 10. Now we need the value of S, meaning the coefficient of S must be 1, not 2. So we divide by 2. So that we get S is equal to 5. What is the S here representing? From our data, we said that Hassan's sister's age is equal to S. meaning that this s which is equal to 5 has an s sisters a.